Hello everyone, welcome back. It's Marcia with Buy Sell Plan. Let's recap April and set goals for May. I'm so excited that it's a new month. Happy May to everyone. It's the 2nd as I'm filming this. I did the other day, I'll show you, I think it was the 30th, yeah. I actually did go through, oh, it's in my goals tab. I did go through and I did my April recap and my May goals. Here, I'm gonna take this out just because it was the last day of the month and I really need to get my goals set out for May because guys, May is going to be a very busy month for our real estate business. So I wanted to get it done. And then that way, when I film, it's a lot more efficient. At least that's the goal. I say that all the time and my videos are always a half an hour. So grab a tea or coffee or water, whatever it is that you like. I'm drinking my new ashwagandha and chamomile tea that I bought when I was in Nova Scotia. I'll link my Nova Scotia stationery haul video below in case you missed it, where I shared all of the amazing juicy stationery that I got. But I did go to one store called Valley Girl and got this cute cork coaster and this really good tea. I've been drinking it almost every day. I really like it. All right, let's get to it. So for planning tasks, today we are doing the monthly planning. First up is to recap last month. I recap my sales numbers, so my activity numbers, as well as what my personal and professional goals were. And then I recap where I'm at for the current quarter. And there's only the first month of the second quarter, so it's pretty much the same as recapping the last month. And then I recap where I am at year to date. Then I set my goals for the new month, schedule my month, complete my master task list, transfer any tasks from the previous month's master task list that are still relevant, and then update my KPI trackers. So we're gonna do all of these steps today. All right, so let's go to my goals. Okay, so for wellness, my goals were to detox, focus on eating whole foods, and to sweat most days of the week. I did great with my detox as far as doing my castor oil pack daily. So for those that are not familiar, maybe this is your first video. Each week I chat about, when I do my weekly planning videos, I chat about my wellness goals. And a goal that I have right now is to do a liver detox. I am in perimenopause. I've been on hormone replacement therapy. I have since stopped the estrogen because my body doesn't seem to want to metabolize the extra estrogen. So I'm detoxing my liver right now. And what I do is I have an organic castor oil pack that I got from my local natural wellness store, natural food store, whatever you want to call it. And then I put organic castor oil on it. I tie it around the right side of my waist, and then I put a hot pad on it for about 45 minutes each night while I'm watching my show. And then your skin absorbs the castor oil, and then of course your liver detoxes and processes everything that goes in or on your body. And so the castor oil helps to get things out and to detox. So anyhow, so apart from vacation, we were on vacation for a week. We went to Nova Scotia. So I didn't bring it with me, but apart from that, I did do my castor oil every single day. I focused on whole foods. The only thing that wasn't a whole food that I ate, it was on vacation. My stepmom made she made lemon meringue pie for dessert, but because I can't eat gluten, she just made a little, like in a little tin, so there's no crust on it, so it's just the lemon meringue. That's the only like processed thing that I ate, and oh my gosh, it was so delicious. My goal was to sweat as many times a week as I could to help again with the detoxing. The goal would have been 18 times and I did 12 times. So I track whatever goals that I set here, especially for wellness mainly. I do track on my habit trackers here. So for the month of April, this is how many times I exercised. This was the week that I was away. So we did walking on vacation. We did some touristy things. I'm from Nova Scotia, So I've seen most of the touristy things. We did do a couple things that are my favorites, but other than that, didn't really do much exercise the week that we were away. So the hearts indicate that I did cardio. The little dumbbells are the days I did strength. And then I just wrote in what I did these other days, like yoga. I foam rolled that day. And then cleaning, I cleaned my house, or maybe I think I cleaned our cottage I think that was the cottage. We opened our cottage up and I did a deep clean. And so I had I had it going on my watch. Burned a lot of calories. You burn a lot of calories cleaning, as it turns out. But anyways, so if I were, sweating most times of the week, like 4 or 5 times a week, it would have been about 18 times, and I did 12. All right, so that's how I did with my wellness. Operations for my real estate business was to focus on cleaning up my database and like organizing it. So I wasn't in my database a whole lot. I didn't do, we were very busy working, how do you word it? Working on the business versus in the business, because we had a lot of appointments, then we went away on vacation, right? So I wasn't really in my database a whole lot, but when I was, I did organize and clean it up. And that just means like tagging, properly. And we could tag somebody as like an A, let's say. That means that they are probably going to do business this year, but then things can change for them and then it changes, right? So it's just during follow-up and when I'm speaking or emailing or texting with people, if their goals and needs have changed, that I need to go into my database and change the tagging to make sure that everything is organized. So I did do that. My husband and I, he's a realtor as well. Anytime we were in our database, we made sure to update it that way. All right, so that's good. And then market intel. I did do my market intel every Monday, except when I was on vacation. And I made sure to post a market update on social media. And then anyone in my database that I did speak to, I made sure that I was updating them on market conditions. And I have a tab here specific for real estate where this is all real estate stat stuff, right? So that's March, April here. So I have all my stats here. So yeah, when I'm on the phone, I can say, yep, over the last week, I do it week to week because things can change. Like for example, this week, 49% of homes sold over asking, but then this week it's 41%, it went down. So it does fluctuate week to week. So then I have my stats here and I can update them with real numbers. So I did well with that. And let's see, what else? I didn't send any emails because I didn't, like I said, I didn't do like designated follow-up. But from just conversations that I was having, and then on social media, I did update on that. And then stronger pre-qualification so that I'm not wasting time going to appointments that will waste my time. And I did awesome with that. So both the potential seller and us, we were crystal clear on what the purpose of that appointment was, so that there was no confusion or misunderstandings. And then of course, if there was an appointment where it just wouldn't be worth my time, I didn't go to that appointment. I would just let them know that, okay, so before we meet, these are the things, and this is where you need to be in the process, right? So that I'm not going to appointments unnecessarily. When I was new, I went to every appointment possible, of course, because I didn't have a database yet. But now that I've got a pretty robust database and I'm only one person. I'm the sales department and my husband is all the administrative marketing things. I'm being more, what's the word I'm looking for? Intentional and selective on which appointments I go to. So yeah, did really well with the pre-qualification. And then for buy-sell plan, now this is where I fell short. So as far as consulting, I'm gonna be starting a consulting service where I'll be offering consultations for people who would like some help either getting started with planning, if you're new to planning, or if you are currently planning but you want to be more efficient, I'm going to be starting consultation services. And then after that, I will be starting business consultation services, whether you're a real estate agent or you're just in sales in general and need help with setting goals and how to track and measure goals, things like that. So anyhow, I got the layout for the consulting done. It needs to be tweaked as far as what the sessions are going to look like. Like, it's most likely going to be through Zoom because not everyone lives in the same city as me. And yeah, and like, anyways, I don't want to share too much, but I got the layout done, so I just need to do some tweaks. So that's why there's a dot there. Like, it's not done. It's not that I didn't do it. I did, but it's not completely finished. And then the shop, let's see here. I was on the wrong one here. Almost have all of our sizes done. So we, for those of you who are new, all of my inserts here, we sell in our shop, buysellplan.ca. I will link it below as well. And we have 4 sizes. So I'm in personal wide sized inserts in my Franklin Covey compact binder. We also have a half letter Franklin Covey compact size inserts and A5. So everything that we offer is in A5 and personal wide. So it's in most in half letter, and then the Franklin Covey compact is the hardest one to resize. So yeah, our goal by the end of April was to have all of our inserts in all sizes, and we're almost done. If you see something in there that you want now, but it's not in your size, please let me know. Okay. And then as far as strategic promotional things like photos and videos that are strategic to promote our buy sell plan business, I had 0 time to do that at all last month. So that didn't get done. So that's how I did with my top 3 goals. And then as far as numbers, my sales and activity numbers, let's go to my KPIs here. So for the month of April, I did 19 contacts. The goal was 140, so I missed my contact goal by 121. Leads generated, 5 new leads. The goal's 23, so minus 18 for leads. And then for appointments booked, I booked 5 appointments. The goal was 2, so a surplus of 3. And then appointments held, I went on 3 appointments. The goal was 2, so a surplus of 1. Contracts signed, so 1 of the 3 appointments signed on. The goal was 2, so minus 1 with that. And then firm deals, we did sell 1 house, so we hit that goal. All right, as far as where I am at year to date, I'm minus 262 for contacts, minus 66 for leads. However, I'm plus 13 for appointments booked, plus 8 for appointments held, plus 1 for contracts signed, and then minus 4 for firm deals. The goal is by the end of May to make up a lot of this deficit, because we have a lot going on in May. So wish me luck. How do you cross? Do you put the index finger over or the middle finger? I think the middle finger. I can't do that one. Anyways, and then as far as my gross commission income goal, which I don't share with you guys, but we are 110% of where we should be so far this year by end of April for our GCI goal. So even though I'm behind in some numbers here, I'm trending the right way to hit our financial goal for this year. So this isn't so alarming for me. And it's just because when I set these goals, my ratios are turning out to be stronger than when I set them. You may notice here, my goals were higher for January, February. And then after February, I redid my goals based on the current year's ratios. Here we go. So my KPI inserts have all the formulas here for you to figure out how many appointments you need to book and go on and contracts to sign and all of that. So this is all based on my numbers from 2024. And because 2024 was probably one of my worst years due to a lot of life changes and my health with perimenopause, it wasn't a great year. So after January and February, I redid it. And then that's why my numbers have changed, because my ratios are a lot stronger than what they were last year. All right, that was, when did I do that? I think in my, I'll see if I can find that video and so that you can watch it if you want to see how I did that. I can't remember if it was the March recap video or not, but anyways, okay, so that's how I'm doing with my numbers. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. All right, and then I've got my May goals here. I have not written them in here yet because I wanted to share them with you first. But for May, I really want to focus on, so again, it's wellness, buy, sell plan, and my real estate business. Those are my top 3 that I set at the beginning of the year: real estate, buy, sell plan, and wellness. I think I may need to adjust this a little bit. I was looking at this the other day, and for real estate here, I have follow schedule, which of course that won't change, lead generation, and touch programs. These have changed a little bit, because I'm realizing I have enough leads, so it's not really lead generation that I need to focus on. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I'm still working that out. And then for buy sell plan, doubling my YouTube subscriptions. Oh my gosh, that was really ambitious when I set that. So I don't know that that's going to happen. So I may change that as well. But anyhow, so for buy sell plan, for wellness this year, my focus is, let me try that again. My focus for the month of May for my wellness is hormones, sleep, and movement. So for my hormones, I want to research more on herbs, and natural ways to help my symptoms. I'm a lot better than what I was throughout 2023 and 2024. I would say I just turned 50. So 47, at the age of 47 is when it's like I got hit by a truck with perimenopause symptoms, and I had no idea what was going on with me. So it's been quite a journey to get to where I'm at right now. So yeah, hormones. I want to do a lot more research on that to see what are some natural ways that I can help myself with my symptoms. And I have another naturopath appointment in July. I see my perimenopause, like my menopause specialist, in June. So I'll be having conversations with them, of course, but I want to do my own research as well. Okay, and then sleep. My goodness, if you've been with me for a while, you know what a struggle this is for me. I'm doing a lot better as far as going to bed earlier. I used to still am a night hawk, but going to bed between 1:30 and 2 every night because I'm just awake and I get my second wind. So I've been doing really good at getting to bed by midnight. And I do want to work on getting to bed by 11, but my main focus with sleep is my PM routine, my evening routine, so that I'm relaxed at bedtime. Proper rest is crucial, and they say this with perimenopause as well, because our cortisol levels are naturally higher. Sleep is a problem for most people who go through this. Like, I'll fall asleep and I'll probably wake up 2 or 3 times every single night. Like I don't sleep solid through the night. So I need to focus more on my PM routine so that I am relaxed and ready for sleep. And then, proper rest is crucial. More rest through my day when I'm tired. I'm still in this, I don't know if it's a spiral or what, but in this, pushing through my day. If I'm working and then all of a sudden I get hit with a spell of being tired and mentally fatigued, I just keep pushing through and then I crash, and that is not good for anybody. It's not good for me. It's not good for anybody. So that's a big focus that I have. My husband is so good at that. He can stop what he's doing. Like, for me mentally, if I'm in a flow, it's like I don't want to stop because I don't want to lose my train of thought. I don't want to lose my groove, and I find it hard to go back to it. Whereas my husband, he'll be like, okay, I'm going to lay down for 10 minutes. And he'll just fall asleep for 10 minutes. And then he wakes up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and he can get right back to it. I'm like, how do you do that? So I need to take a page out of his book as far as when you're tired, just stop and rest. It's really not that big of a deal. And I'm very fortunate that I work for myself. that I do have the flexibility to do that. And then as far as movement, 3 to 5 times a week, even if it's only for 10 minutes, I just, there's times where I have zero time, and so then I don't. I probably exercise 3 times a week, but I need to do more gentle, not, hardcore, like I used to in my 20s and 30s. But even if it's only 10 minutes of core work or 10 minutes of like a nice deep stretch with deep breathing, just to lower my cortisol through the day and move my body. So those are my wellness goals for Buy Sell Plan. I really want to get my consulting ready to launch by end of May. I would like to start the consulting business in quarter 2. Yeah, quarter 2. So whether that's June, April, May, June. Okay, so we're going to the second month of the second quarter. So at some point in June, I would like to get that going. So I need to focus on the format and then the back end stuff. So that will be more Ryan. So him and I working that out, how that's going to look on the website and how people can, like book a time and all that kind of stuff. New inserts all done by May 31st, guys. We have so many ideas for July because we know July is a big month for planning. As far as, if the first half of the year you've tried certain inserts or certain system, if it's not really working for you and you want to change things up for the second half of the year, we have some great inserts. We're going to be adding dated weeklies, a month on 2 page. I have month on 4 page currently in my planner and in the shop, where you have your dashboard for your monthly action plan. If you buy the version that's not sales, it's not an action plan. It's more like for you to, you can still set goals, but like important dates and, important notes for the month, that type of thing. But dashboard, then the month on the 2 pages, and then the master task list on the back. So what we're going to be offering is month on 2 pages. So it'll go back to back, just the monthlies. All right, and then we're going to offer master task list as an individual insert for those that still want to have that. Date on 2 page undated. I'm not sure. Let me know, what do you use? Are you in a day on 1 page? Do you use week at a glance layout? Do you prefer day on 2 page? Please let me know in the comments. Right now I'm thinking I'll do a day on 2 page undated version. So it'll just be 1 month and then you date it yourself. I'm not sure if it's worth my time to date them. It's a lot of work. Please let me know. I would really appreciate that. Monthly dashboards, to have a pretty page at the beginning of each month. You can print it on vellum or regular paper. Last couple of years, I would do the sterling ink one, and then last year I did my own. They're not good enough for the shop though, so they were just for me. But I have designed them, so it's just a matter of tweaking and making sure that they're perfect before putting them in the shop. Section covers. So if you like a clear aesthetic and you want to have a section cover for your, for your sections, I do have 6 designed. They're floral, of course. But again, just tweaking. Want to get those out effective for in the month of June. Contacts, I find I'm missing that, having contacts in my planner, meal planner as well, and many, many more, but these are the main ones I want to focus on in May. And then taking pictures of my inserts for promo posts for the website, for our email list, and for social media, and then of course videos for promoting our products. So I've got a lot that I want to do for Buy Sell Plan. And then for real estate, planning ahead for new listing marketing. I find we're so busy doing so many things. And then, for example, we have 2 listings launching next week, right? So Monday and Tuesday we have photos. So I want to plan ahead on what I'm going to film as far as an Instagram reel. Am I doing a voiceover? Am I going to talk in the video? I find a lot of times I'm planning it in the car on the way there. And even though it turns out great, because I've been doing this for, a long time, I still want to be more prepared. focusing on my top follow-up throughout the month, and then making real estate a priority as far as doing videos and reels. I need to get back to that. I am finding it a bit of a struggle to focus on buy, sell, plan and my real estate business. And honestly, between you and me, buy, sell, plan has been a lot more fun. Probably because it's my passion and my hobby, and I love planning and pretty stationary. And real estate is a lot more work in a different way. So, but I do want to make that more of a focus. I'm missing it actually, and I know that when I am really consistent with it, it does help my business. So it's a good thing. I need to do that. But anyways, okay. So you'll notice that this month I wrote it out on a piece of paper instead of my brain dump notebook that I normally do this in. But my brain dump notebook is at my cottage, and because we went on vacation, we set up our cottage, we opened it up, and then we're like, okay, let's go on vacation because we had a free week. Everything kind of got rescheduled, and we ended up with a week that was open. So we did a last minute vacation, and we haven't been back since we've been home because, you know, work is keeping us busy. So I'm glad I did this. I might do this consistently because I can keep it in my goals tab and refer to it, because this is obviously too much to write in here. So I'm just going to write down what, yeah, like that's why I underlined what the focuses are. And then I have this more detailed explanation that I can refer to throughout the month. Okay, so I was doing black ink. Let's do black ink again. I like to do my friction pens in here, erasable. I love my fountain pens, which I use in my dailies, and note taking. But in these, I like to do my friction pens because it's not as bold, it's not as dark, and I can erase it if I make a mistake. All right, I'm going to speed this part up. I'm going to write my goals in for May. Alrighty, so next up, recap year to date. Yes, I did do year to date. Set next month's goals, just did that. Schedule my month. So I actually did that already because I filmed a reel of me doing it. So, but I will share it with you. Here's May. I do need to do my action plan, so I'll do that with you. But this is my month. I use these beautiful Kiss Cut pet tapes from Simply Gilded. Look at how much you get. So pretty. I think this is called the Love Story. Yeah, Love Story. And it's just, it's so on brand for me. So I decorated with these pretty florals and pinks and all that. So I've got my schedule in here. I have a repeating every Tuesday at 10 a.m. We have our broker meeting, which is good. Our broker talks about the market, and it's so good. And then, okay, so I do have some things I need to add already because photos got booked. We signed on a new listing yesterday, and I did this, I think, 2 days ago. So we have pickup key. Time to, yes. So I have listing photos on Monday and Tuesday. So Monday I have two. One's a lease that we're going to be listing for lease. It's a client. We helped him purchase it for himself, and then he decided to move and then keep it as a rental. So this will be our second time leasing it for lease for him. So we need to go do photos for that, and then we have photos for our listing. And then photos this day. I think that was it for the week. We do have planned to do offer presentation the next week, but it's such an unpredictable market. I'm not going to write it in because we could very well get a preemptive offer, so it will sell before offer day, or it may take longer to sell and the strategy might not work the way that we want. So we'll leave it that as that. Did this, prepped 2 CMAs, we had 2 appointments there. We did not go to the cottage because we have so much paperwork to do. We were gonna go to the cottage last night after our appointments. And we have, yeah, just so much paperwork. So hopefully we'll still go this weekend, I don't know. So I will erase all of this. Okay, so that is done. Schedule my month. So now let's do my May action plan. And I think I'm doing, yes, blue. I'm really loving this navy blue. Oh, there it is, this navy blue. Oh, it's so nice. So my main focus for Q2 is all about taking back control of my health through detoxing, reducing inflammation, building strength and mobility in my habits. This is how I'll be able to have the stamina to build off of Q1 momentum and reach my goals. And this is still very much true. I did pretty good with my detoxing last month and reducing inflammation. This tea is part of the reducing inflammation as well. I'm a lot better. I'm still puffy. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, so I'm still figuring that out. So this all has to do with me figuring out like how to naturally help my hormones as well. So that is still a goal. So I'm gonna speed this part up and then I will share it with you when I'm done. All right, so for my Q2 goals, I wrote stay consistent with detoxing and movement, research on natural ways to help my symptoms as part of reducing inflammation and puffiness, focus on time blocking my goals to ensure I'm making my top 20% a priority. Because I was looking at my like goals that I set for the year, and there was a few things I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't focused on that yet this year. So that's really important. Like reading 10 books. I need to set that 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, you know, maybe set habit trackers, you know, for that. So not necessarily that they have to be in here, but whether it be habit trackers or just time blocking it in my schedule to make sure that these are happening, because I set these goals for a reason. All right, so now I'm gonna put in my monthly goals. I'm gonna break them down here. So my top 3, and then in point form, what to focus on, and then I'll set up my first week focus. All right, so I've got all of my goals in here. I elaborated as best I could in this small space. So for Buy So Plan, consulting format and back end, new insert launch in June, and then promo pics and videos. And for wellness, hormones, natural remedies, sleep, PM routine, movement 3 to 5 times per week. And then for real estate, plan ahead, top follow-up videos and reels. And so for the first week of the month, my focuses will be consulting logistics, new listings, promo content, plan content for both businesses, exercise 3 to 5 times, read 3 times, and follow up. My top follow-up, so what my top follow-up would be for that week, make sure that I follow up with them. All right, done and done. All right, so now it's time to do the master task list. So let's see, let's take out last month's, because I think I'm gonna have to transfer a few over because they didn't get done this week. I did do that. Okay, so I did do some of those. And I did start my Nova Scotia Memory Journal. Yay me. All right. All right, I think that is good. I referenced this, I referenced my goals, focuses that I have for the quarter. I referenced my 2025 action plan and this. There were just only a couple things that I added to here based on those. One of them was budget meeting and making sure I do my manifestation journal. So I added those there, but as far as tasks, that's all. That's all I got for now. I'll add on as the month goes. Okay, and then the last but not least is updating KPI trackers, which I did. And let's see. So for social media, I don't even know why I have Facebook on there. I don't focus on it at all, but lost 1 follower. Instagram, real estate, I gained 24. And then for YouTube, 60 new subscribers. Thank you, welcome. I hope you're happy here. And then Instagram Buy Sell Plan, I gained 65 followers. And then for my activity numbers, I have them all written here. That's it. That is it. Thank you for being here. If you enjoy this type of content where it's functional planning for business and health and well-being, I hope you will consider sticking around and subscribing if you haven't yet subscribed, and definitely click that notification bell so that you know when I post. I typically do a plan with me every week on Sundays, and then my goal is always to do another video through the week. but it's not always the same day because it just depends. My schedule is so unpredictable in my real estate business. So I film extra content and post as much as I can. So you don't want to miss out. Make sure you click that notification bell. All right, I am going to do my April review, but I think I'm gonna do that later so that I can really spend my time reflecting. And then I'll share it with you in my weekly plan with me next week. Thank you again for watching. I hope this was helpful and enjoyable for you. If you have any questions, please let me know in the description below. And again, remember that all of these inserts are available in our shop. And for this week only, if you're on our email list, you would have received an email, I think 2 days ago. We're doing a flash sale, 25% off everything, no code needed. Happy shopping, go nuts. Let me know if you have any questions. And of course, if you see something that's not in your size, please let me know. And we'll try and get that to you ASAP so that you can get that discount, okay? All right, I hope you had a great month. Let me know in the comments too. Did you reach your goals? Are you happy? Are you satisfied with how your month went? Are you looking forward to a new month? I know I am. I'm so excited for May. Trees are blooming, the weather's getting nicer, and everything just seems better, in my opinion. All right, I'll stop rambling now. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.